go out to about the 25-mile mark, and I'll watch all you guys come by. And every time I see that steps foundation, the word change is going to come to my mind because you guys are changing the world, making it a better place. So think about that every step of the way. It's really true. I get to witness with some of this stuff that I spent a lot of time in Africa. And you guys are really changing the world and all the things that Ryan and Sarah want to do to make the world a better place. Everyone, you're all part of that, so thank you. Tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be not the perfect, it's not going to be that crazy heat, but it's not that perfect day, so I want everyone to be more conservative and go out a little slower than they normally would. Try to run that negative split where you're running the second half faster than the first. If you do that, you're going to have a great day. And then, for those people, I want to tell you 2 races that I did. Whenever I'm nervous, and I know we got a lot of first-timers in here, I think of these 2 races that I did, and it always calms my nerves. I did a race, the first ultramarathon I did, which was well over 20 years ago, was called the Badwater 146. It was 146 miles long, in Death Valley, in the month of July. It's 125 degrees. Most of the time you're running 146 miles. Now, when I stood on that starting line, and a race director said, 1 minute to go to the start. Now, I'm not the best mathematician in the world, but when I realized that at that point, I've never run past 26.2 miles. So the race was 120 miles longer than I've ever run. I kind of freaked out for a second or two and realized that now it's like 30 seconds to the start. But as I freaked out, I just said, you know what, just calm down. If you enjoy this journey and really make it a journey, everything will fall into place and it'll be fine. And that's what happened. Believe it or not, I was able to run 146 miles. And it was arduous, but it was really enjoyable. And it changed my life forever. It gave me this great job at Runner's World, and it's been a journey, and I'm glad I took that first initial crazy step to run 146 miles. But I really did calm myself down. So anyone at the start tomorrow, you got that apprehension, just tell yourself, 26.2, think of that long run you did. You guys aren't in that position of running a race 120 miles longer than you've ever run. You'll be all right out there. Believe me, you can do this. It will happen. The other race I think of, the first time I did a marathon in East Africa was the Mount Kilimanjaro Marathon. And about 140 runners, we line up at the start. 139 runners were from East Africa. There was one person not from East Africa. That was me. Now, Ryan knows what it's like to stand at the front with all the East Africans. Most of us don't know that feeling. So when I'm at the starting line, they were all Ethiopians, Kenyans, and Tanzanians. Everybody else besides myself, they were like 5'3", 5'4". They all weighed about 118 pounds, 120 pounds. They looked at me and they were like, wow, they look some big fat guy in the race. He's like 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. He's gonna die. What's he doing? And then the gun went off. And then every runner in that race went through that mile in under 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Every single runner. So I was way in the back trying to hang on to the last couple stragglers. But I worked my way, ran a smart race, kind of paced myself, and get through halfway. It was a 2-loop course. Get through halfway, and the clock and the banners and everything there, and then just got to run 13.1, and you got it in, right? I was so excited because I had a really good day. Everything just worked. But the problem was, I came around the finish, and there was nobody there. No clock, no chute, no finish line. They packed up the clock and turned up the clock, packed up the chute and everything, and left 2 hours and 20 minutes into the marathon. Because they thought nobody would care after 2 hours and 20 minutes. And at that point, I still had like 3.5 miles to go. So when I came around, there was nobody there. Literally nobody there. It's not going to happen to anyone tomorrow. So when I knew I was in the right spot. I thought I had like a time warp or something, but I knew I was in the right spot. So I look over in the Moshi Hotel. I see the race director and some of the other runners, and they're drinking Pepsi, and they're all smiling. And I go running in there, and I grab the race director, and I said, "Where's the clock and the chute and everything?" And he looks at his watch with a straight face, and he goes like, 2 hours and 40 minutes. He said, "Were you lost? Were you picking flowers?" I said, "I ran as fast as I could," and he couldn't believe it. He said, "You can't be out there for 2 hours and 40 minutes in a marathon." I said, "Yes, you can." From the United States, we have people out there for 5 hours and 6 hours. He did not believe me. And for them, it was was just kind of, it was just the way they thought about running. Like, the winners came in like 2:11, 2:12. They said they waited for stragglers like 2:18. They just packed up and left, and they didn't think anything of it. Now, for those doing your first marathon, people lie to you in a marathon. You're going to be at the 25-mile mark down by McCormick Place. You're going to be coming up Michigan Avenue, and your stride's going to be all whacked out. You're going to have like drool coming down your face. You're going to look like this, and people are going to say, "Oh, you look good." And you don't look good. They're going to tell you look good, so it makes you feel all right. In East Africa, they're very honest. They never told me I look good, ever. All I remember was as I was running, especially young kids, I would hear in Swahili, they would say, "Poli Poli Manzungu," and then they would smile. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I thought they were telling me I look good. But I found out after the race what Poli Poli Manzungu means in Swahili is they were saying, "Look at the slow white man." So they are very honest in East Africa. Say this stuff to you tomorrow. Just love it, embrace it. The crowds here tomorrow, you guys are going to go crazy. It is so much fun. But the true essence of everything we're doing here is running is this connective tissue that got us all together. But through Ryan and Sarah, literally, you guys, as I said earlier, are changing the world. So take this sport. My tagline is never limit where running can take you. I literally have run all over the world. The Arctic Circle, at Mount Everest, Antarctica. I'm so fortunate. And I wish that all on you. So enjoy tomorrow, make it a journey. Remember how lucky we are that not only physically that we're able to do this stuff, but also culturally that this goes on. Every big city in America has a marathon. It doesn't happen everywhere in the world. We are very, very lucky people. So think of that tomorrow and enjoy the gym.